Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Purpose for Forever. We, where we come on every night, every Monday night. We're working on every night. Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have what? I don't know why it's doing that. We have a special show today. Last week we spoke with the wives. This week we're speaking with the husbands. And we got some dope husbands coming on. We're gonna have some real talk and talk about our journey through marriage. So stay tuned, hang out, make sure you share, tag somebody, tag another couple, tag your friend, a neighbor, an enemy, and get them in here so we can have this conversation. I appreciate you guys, and we'll be right back.
Me and you together, our purpose for forever. Won't let nothing ever tear us apart. Me and you together, our purpose for forever. Won't let nothing ever tear us apart. Me and you together, our purpose for.
All right. What's up, everybody?
What's up, man?
Yo, what's up, man?
All right. So we are here, the brothers, the husbands, talking about the reality of marriage and our journeys, our missteps, our successes, and all that, and then some.
Sounds like somebody on mute. I can't hear nothing.
You can't. Can everybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Is that me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
You good? Oh, all right. He'll be back. I didn't do it, guys. I didn't do it. All right. So we're talking about the reality of marriage, and the ups and downs and ins and outs. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go from, let's say everybody's looking at the same. We're gonna talk to Elder McNair, El Terrell, and then Minister Mike, and then Curvey is coming back in. Awesome. Let me shift him right there. Did it move? Nope, didn't move. Right there. There we go. And we're gonna go in that order, and you guys can kind of share how long you guys been married, and name and all that great stuff. All right. We good, Elder McNair?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
So I'm gonna jump to Minister Mike. I want you to jump in, El Terrell, Curvey, and then we'll get back to Elder McNair. Looked like he was having an issue there.
All right.
So go ahead, Mike. How long you been married, name, and all that great stuff.
Hey everybody, my name is Mike McLemore Jr. I've been married for 21 years.
Wow. Nice.
Wow.
Long time.
Yeah, I'm me from Terrell. Been married 13 years.
Okay.
I'm Kaneem Curvey. Been married 5 years.
All right.
Woo, woo. That's a number of grace.
Yeah.
I'm Michael McNair. I've been married 22 years as of Friday.
Nice. Whoop, whoop.
So,
Yeah, congratulations.
sir.
Let's go. All right. So everybody that watched it knows my story. So I'm kind of broken up with the whole marriage 18 and then together for a year remarried. So exciting times. All right, Ephraim in the building. And let's see. Okay, let me bust out the question. Let's see. I like this one right here. I missed a word. Did you think about marriage when you were young? Did you think about marriage when you were younger? Like teenage years, things like that. Because a lot of times, girls at when they're young girls, there's kind of like the dolls and things of that nature. Marriage is kind of like in the mix in the sense, throughout their life, in some way, some form. Guys don't really get the marriage talk until we are serious with somebody or thinking, like, hey, dad, or hey, mom, this might be the one kind of situation, or that you meet them in church. For me, like, I wasn't in church, going to church and met the pastor, and marriage comes up and things of that nature. But it's never a goal that's thought about, but it's like something that you do when you're old. Like you never really think about it. So have you guys, when you were younger, did you ever think about marriage? Was marriage something like, yeah, you know what, I'd like to get married, or married be cool, or things of that nature?
No.
Nah.
The girls, yeah.
Hey,
The girls, yeah, but no.
No, bruh. I was not. I think back then I was more thinking about the benefits of marriage versus marriage.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Good way to put it.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
I ain't thinking about marriage till probably about 13 years ago.
Right. Until it's presented, until someone says, you're like, you know what, I guess I should do this married thing. I guess that's like the natural next step, So that leads me into my other question. And if I'm not mistaken, everybody has a daughter, right? Everybody has a daughter.
Yes.
All right. So
That is correct.
is 10 years too long to wait till you get married? Or how long should because I always look at it as my daughter waiting, because your daughter waiting for the proposal. How long should someone be dating a joker that's, you're in the same space, they're not like in the military, they're not in jail, well, praise God. Like, they're not somewhere where marriage is hard to happen, and they're not proposing. Like, what would you suggest? Like, if it's been, 5 years or something like that. And granted, we have no control of what our children decide, just like no one had control of what we decided. Like, how would you feel, or what would your suggestion be? It's like, man, how long y'all been together? it's been that long, do you suggest it? How do you push it? Do you say something to the guy like, how long you just gonna be holding my daughter up without taking it to the next step? Or would you even intervene? That too, or say something?
I think first of all, it depends on who the character is.
Okay.
That would depend upon how you would approach it. Because if they're not really marriage material,
right.
What we talking about?
I'm not. Well, one of the first things is that my daughter is gonna know. Don't waste your time.
Right.
With in a relationship and building yourself up. Women, for the most part, love harder than men. And it's easier for them to go into relationships and to go in pretty much head first. Right. And of course, that's not every woman, but for the most part, generally speaking. But with my daughter, I would share tidbits of or maybe little nuggets here and there to pretty much try to coach her in her situation. Usually it's through my wife.
Okay.
Because my daughter, when it comes to some things, she don't want to talk to daddy about it. So sometimes my wife would share with me, and I say, well, you should suggest to her. Right. And I would give her that perspective from a man that would kind of help coach her, because she's 19, she'll be 20.
Right.
Next month. No, 2 months. In 2 months, she'll be 20. So I don't want to make decisions for her.
Right.
What me and my wife talked, and we came to understand that we're no longer raising kids.
Right.
We're just parenting them. So all that's done.
Right.
So right now it's her decision.
Right.
In what she's doing. So try to coach her, try to, give her knowledge from a male perspective.
Right.
And when it comes to someone that appears like they're wasting her time,
Okay.
Eventually, we're gonna say something, or we're gonna ask questions.
Right. Right.
That's gonna help her to process it.
Right.
In a manner that's will hopefully help her to get out of that situation.
Nice. All right, Mike. What would you say, or what would you do?
Um, 10 years is a long time, bro.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah.
even 5 years is a long
Right.
time.
Right. Yeah.
I
DJ Teddy said that.
right, 5 years definitely.
Right.
Like McNair said, you want to make sure that whoever she's dating, they're on the same page.
Right.
You know, spiritually, and where you what are you waiting so long for? I can understand, if you're trying to build up to take her into something.
Right.
I understand that part. Stacking your chips. I understand that, but then again, you can stack your chips together because most times you don't have everything
Right.
that you want when you get married. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's when you work together. But yeah, that's too long. I definitely would, see how she feels in her heart. Because
Okay.
most women they desire that.
Right.
Want, like you said, want to be married. But to really see where her headspace is, because if you're feeling that, if she's feeling that, she's wasting time and don't see that as going anywhere, I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
you might want to reconsider, because
Right.
anybody take that long, you kind of wonder if he's not true. It's like, yo, are you playing my daughter or not?
Right.
'Cause
Right.
you
Right.
sneaking, you're gonna be found out. And
Right.
I gotta call Kaneem. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, so it's just, I think that's too long. And I even would talk to him and find out,
Right.
would I?
Like what's going on?
I probably would catch
What?
him on a sneak.
Right.
On a
So,
sneak.
what's your intentions?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and why? What's up, man? Are you
What's
are
the-
you stringing her along or what? What's
Right.
happening? So,
Right.
that's just something that it's a part of protecting our daughter.
Okay.
Not like you said, we're not, um, we're not training you, but we're parenting you now. Like how I would have to tell you how to think as a dude.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's too long, bro. It's too
I
long.
hear that. Ephraim.
Man, I'm putting my babies to bed in about 30 minutes. It's too much for me to even fathom some joker trying to talk to my daughter. But I would hope that I'd be there just to help her process things. But
Right.
I mean, just to answer the question, yeah, that's a long time for my daughter. It is. I'm not saying like I ran down the aisle with every girl I was with, but I'm just saying,
Right.
why are we in something 10 years? You
Right.
know what I mean? Like, and so many situations are different, so it's so hard to call it. But I'm just speaking like future tense. I
Yeah.
would have some serious questions if they go on 5, 10 years.
Right. That's interesting. What about you, Kaneem?
Um, that's I mean, 10 years is a long time, but I mean, I would definitely I well my oldest daughter who's 28,
Right.
I gave her the true man checklist when she was like about 15, 16 years old.
Okay.
And I thought she absorbed most of the information, but the dude that she married when she was 18 didn't check none of the boxes that we spoke about.
Right.
So it kind of like,
Wow.
I missed the mark on that one. So,
I got you. I got you.
but the youngest, the one that's 13 now, I talk about her little so-called relationships that she want to be in, and I try to be in her little social network, even though I'm old as dirt compared to, if you let her tell it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She
Right.
14 and I'm 47, and she talking about, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what sus is. I say, what's sus? It's suspect. Why you just can't say the whole word?
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Why you can't?
It
What's
looks sus.
sus? Oh, okay, all right. But I mean, I adapt to their lingo so I can speak with her
Right.
on her level so she can understand that I know you like this boy,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying, but what is it that you like about him? I want her to be aware of where her emotions are at. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Like, you like him,
Right.
but what you like about him, or what is the reason you like him? You know what I'm saying? That because this dude at 14, more than likely, I mean, it may last forever, but in my mind, this is temporary.
Yeah.
It's like a season. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's summertime.
Right.
By the time winter get here, he
All
won't even be
emotions.
on your mind no more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You be done moved on, but I want her to have a understanding of what she is liking with this person. So the next person, if his qualities, the next guy she meets are above average or below average from the previous, then you got a mark to work with. You know what I'm saying? And you just kind of step your way into. Because I haven't given her the true man checklist yet. She's still a little
Oh,
too young for that. But
Yeah.
when she get about 16, 17, you know,
yeah.
when it's sex time, when it's time to, when the
Right.
rubber meets the road, and
Right.
you know, you in that corner, and he
Right.
got you hemmed up, and you
Right.
got these butterflies on your skin, and you
Yeah.
like, should I let him lead the way? And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I
Right.
just want you to know you got this true man checklist to
Right.
go through when you
Right.
decide to make that decision. You feel me?
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's just my but to answer, just like all the other gentlemen before me,
Yeah.
10 years way too long.
Yeah. I definitely agree. That's a long time. Yeah, there's some questions I gotta ask. And I'm like, Mike, I'm gonna holler at him, probably not like in front of everybody, but yeah, we're gonna have a little chat, like, say, brother, a lot of things have happened since you guys been together. Like, what's the
Yeah.
deal? What's your intentions? And go through the checklist. Like, yo,
And,
what's happening?
I, I don't think I would. I mean, as parents, you probably get that. Well, for me as a parent,
Right.
I wouldn't get involved unless
Okay.
I saw signs that I need to step in. But
Right.
I would leave the relationship to her. Now, if
Right.
she asks my opinion, or I see something that he does, naturally, that's just disrespectful.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right.
Some folks just naturally disrespectful. Then
Right.
I might bring it to his attention right then and now,
Right.
whether she want me to or not. But I'm not gonna try to interfere in her relationship because I want her to be able to tell me and conversate with me. Because if
Right.
I interfere all the time, then I
Right.
may never get to meet dude. You know what I'm saying? I
Gotcha.
may
Right.
never
Right.
get
Right.
to,
Right.
what I'm saying,
She'll
give
keep
my
it from you.
opinion.
I got
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, you just have to be in it. You know what I'm saying? We can all, what I'm saying, broadcast or forecast the future.
and talk about it.
But
Right. Right. It's
yeah,
different
but when you in it,
in it.
then
Right. You
it's
know it.
it
Yeah.
just have to
Yeah.
assess the situation.
I mean, I could imagine like in casual, just because you don't think like if you don't see them like every day all the time, right?
Yeah,
Then time
yeah,
flies, and then you're looking
Mm.
like, man, has it been 10 years y'all been together?
Right.
Like, and then like all day it'd be on my mind, like 10 years? Is he proposed? Like just going back and forth, like my mind. I may it depend, and then depending on maybe the relationship I have with the dude, like if we
yeah,
yeah, if we cool, we roll to the store, I'll be like, hey, brother, I need to ask you a question. Like real talk, like especially if it was kind of bothering me or what, just
yeah,
wondering, now Sam asked a question. She said, what if she doesn't want to get married, want marriage,
Hmm.
period? Right. Because every woman doesn't dream of being a wife.
Where they at? Where they at? Which one? Show me the woman that don't dream of being married. I see
Hey,
what you're saying.
but
I
that
hate to
is a
speak
good
in
question though.
generals. I hate to speak in generalizations like that, but I'm saying let's go by the majority. The majority of women I've met in my life have marriage on their mind, and they had it for a long time. Even if they're not currently married and
Right.
doing quote unquote fine, that if you introduce the thought of marriage, they'd be interested. So, like,
Oh,
I just don't think like 8 out of 10 women that I think I've dealt with are very interested in getting married.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think we looking at just as off because Samantha just put it out there.
Right.
It's even though it was there before, years ago, mostly every woman want to get married, but what about now? And times are changing. Everybody's,
yeah,
things are different now. And
That's
I
true.
get the question,
Right.
but it's still. This is what I would say to that question. I would, really see where she is and wonder why, as a dad. You know what I mean? Was there something that this is just I just throwing out there? Was it something that you saw in my marriage with mom that deterred you from saying that's just something I don't want to deal with? I'd rather most times there's a saying I'm better by myself. I can do it by myself.
I do that all by myself, right?
You know what I'm saying? So I would ask that question, but then again, like Kaneem, I can agree with you saying I don't want to get too involved,
right?
Because that's a time for you to grow up and really see who
right.
you are, and to have that open space where hey, Dad, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm dealing with.
Right.
How should I handle it, or what should I do?
Right.
Then that space is open to really tell you what I feel. But I think finding out why, and why you don't want to, and then that way we can actually see. Because if I did something wrong, I can really, as an adult now, I can really tell you
right.
what the deal is that you didn't understand as a child. That may not, what happened in my marriage may not happen in yours, but I can at least be upfront about the mistakes. That way you don't have to deal with it. That comes to the parenting side, or the parenting side where I can just give you advice. That's all I can do.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
But as far as women who don't want to get married, I mean, in my older years, I'm kind of like Ephraim. There's very few.
Okay.
But in my younger years, say 25 to 35, I guess I was messing with some bottom feeders because they really wasn't talking about getting married. It wasn't nothing about it that's put marriage on the mark. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is what I'm saying. So I feel you. But even at that age, they weren't interested in marrying me. They had a nice guy with a degree back home that they were gonna bring to their daddy. They just wasn't interested in me. They had
well, that
somebody in
could have
mind.
been.
You feel what I'm saying? You might have
That could have been
a
my
good
story.
Friday night time or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could have been. But I guess it also depends on the dude. I don't know. That's a good question, man. Like I say, I just might not. The woman I was seeking in those years.
Right.
I guess we had the same mindset. You understand what I'm saying?
He was in the mode.
So so I can't say she may have wanted it,
right?
But that ain't nothing we talked about. You feel me? It wasn't a conversation that we ever had.
Gotcha.
So it's like no expectation on her part.
Exactly. Because I guess it was on me. So my energy might have deflected what they really wanted on the inside. You know what I'm saying?
Like how somebody look like they don't want you to ask them for money. Like it was that. Like, I ain't even gonna bother asking him nothing about a white dress.
All right. All right. So we're gonna take a quick break. Hopefully this works. And we'll be right back, and we're gonna shift it a little bit and talk about. I want to talk about. Let's talk about kids for a moment. Just for a moment. I know. Let's talk about kids. Because they're intertwined in this marriage thing. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by StreamYard. Whether you're trying to up your production or just go live, StreamYard is the place to be. Go to bit.ly/StreamYard BOL. This episode is also brought to you by Flocknote. Start your free text community now at bit.ly free text now. That's bit.ly free text now. Today, bam. All right, let's get back into it. I'm having like some bad signal problems. I don't know if it's my computer. I don't know if it's the internet. I don't know who to blame this night. Let's see.
Hey, Anthony.
Right. Huh? You said me?
I got a comment. I got a comment before since you talking about kids.
Yes.
Pertaining to Samantha's question.
Right.
When my kids were younger, we'd be at the table and we would actually have these conversations.
Okay.
about what their life is going to be like
Nice.
and how they're going to grow up
Right.
and the stages and the steps.
Right.
So you're going to grow up, you're going to graduate high school, you're going to go to college, and you're going to get into your career. You're going to establish yourself. And once you've established yourself and gotten to where you're going to be, then you can get married and then you can have kids. So we tried to set that early. I'm talking about they were in elementary school and we was having these talks. So if it got to the place, I believe that if my daughter was saying that that was not something that she wanted, it would not necessarily be something that I would question whether it was something that I missed or that I did not do. It's just her choice. And if she don't want to get married, she ain't got to get married. That's gonna be on her.
Right.
But it was talked about, and it was explained that this is what life is and how we see the best way for you to enjoy life, and that is usually with someone. That's not that you can't be happy while you're alone.
Right. Right.
I can have fun by myself, but it's a whole lot better when I have someone else to enjoy it with.
Right.
So those were the teachings that we gave while they were growing up. You can't wait until they're 21, 24, or whatever, and then try to instill some things in them. I think by then we missed it. And it's a little too late to be trying to instill something in them. So I believe as they're younger and you try to expose them to those things and you allow them to see your marriage.
Right.
If you know, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I totally agree. Anybody watching that's the one of the biggest and most important things I've been learning, to tackle certain things early, have those conversations that may be tough or even uncomfortable, but just
oh yes.
you gotta have them, expose them early. I realize let you be the first one to share it with them before anybody else begins to share it with them.
Right.
Because they're going to hear it.
Right.
I promise you.
I don't know about anybody else. I had to figure that all out myself. My parents really didn't have those kind of conversations with me. I watched the relationship. I watched how that worked. I watched the responsibility part, the paying the bills, the going to work.
Yeah.
I learned, my basic job, what I'm supposed to be doing. But as far as the intricacies of how to be in an effective relationship or communication or, how to do certain things and to have a have a checklist for myself to as far as knowing a wife, finding the right woman or things of that nature. God just blessed me. Praise the Lord. Right. But it's knowing that, what to do and who to look for and how to make effective or good decisions, never having those conversations. So it's and probably like many of y'all, the things that you've missed, you try to instill into your kids. At least listen, I'm gonna at least tell you. You won't have to learn it like I had to learn it. Now what you do with the information is up to you. Yeah. So I think that's what I love about this conversation, because it gives some perspectives and you guys can share things that you do in your household to instill into your children, and it'll help us. It'll help those that are watching, learn something like I didn't think about that, or I missed that part, and a lot of us have younger kids, so it's an opportunity to really grow. So speaking of kids,
I got one more opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is with the first question.
Yes,
I believe that after the first date,
a
man knows whether or not he wants to marry that woman.
After the first date.
I agree early on. I might not label it first date, but I'm with Manila. Like it don't take long. Now is he gonna do it? I don't know. But does he say in his head she's wifey material? Yeah, early.
Right.
Oh yeah. I was
I'm not
about
saying
to
he's gonna propose right now.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No,
He knows.
I get the gist of what you said.
He might be the one.
Because usually, I mean, from the date, from dates that I've had, usually, in my experience, you get most of all the information that you need on that first date, because
Yeah.
y'all really trying to figure out about each other. You know what I'm saying? You ask. This is like a almost like an interview. Well, for me now,
Right.
it's
That's
almost
right.
like an interview.
Right.
That's
You
right.
know, I'm asking everything about kids and parents and money and education and cars, and we got your own house, your roommate, and what's the situation? You ever been out of state? I mean, I'm just asking all kind of questions
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
because you get all that information on the first date,
Right.
and but it leads the woman to see that you have genuine interest
Right.
Interest.
and not just her physical appearance, but
Right.
you
Right.
want to
Right.
know about her as a person.
Right.
Right. Right.
So it gives her that form of well, for me now,
Right.
that's just in my experience. It gives her that form of attraction. Like he just ain't lusting after my body. He really want to know what's going on with me personally in my day to day life.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but
Right.
moving right along.
No, no,
Yeah.
you good. Listen,
Don't,
listen.
don't give
I have,
all the game.
I have topics. I have topics, but if we can go off in the stuff that's important, topics is just to keep the conversation rolling. But if we we hit on some good stuff, I don't mind staying there for the rest of the show. I just got to. If it get quiet, I'm like, all right, next topic.
Right.
Next
Right.
topic.
Right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, okay. So going back to that. So is that do you guys feel that's the general consensus that guys or men pretty much know like after the first date? I don't know. Well, cause I was okay. So I was young, 18. I'll say I'm gonna say maybe a month because we was together 3 years. So maybe a month or so. And maybe
That's when you knew.
I was like, she made, and not knowing what the one is, like not really understanding it, but I was like, yeah,
So you but you knew a month in.
yeah, like she's
How
cool.
long have
Like,
you known her?
how long did I know her?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
let's
known her
see.
since.
I probably known her since ninth grade.
Wow.
Okay.
And we didn't
Now
get
let me ask you now.
Yeah,
I'm talking subconscious now.
okay.
So you sitting 14, 15 years old. You don't think you said she was?
No, we weren't together. We no relationship.
I know y'all weren't together,
We was
but
friends.
I'm just saying
Look,
nothing. You don't think
but
not one thing.
No.
No type of
That's-
attraction.
That's
Ninth grade.
hey,
right.
Okay, I didn't say there was no type of attraction. No.
That's what I want to know right there. That's all I want to know right there. Okay.
But I
Oh,
had a
wow.
girlfriend at the time, and yeah, it just wasn't happening at the time. Oh, when we was see there she go. Let's say it took him a long time. He had known me 4 years prior before dating. Yeah, 'cause we were
Yeah,
friends.
but that was probably due to the boundaries that were already set. Nobody likes rejection. So,
Right.
I mean, when you're in that friend
Where
zone,
you been at?
Yup.
Oh, dang.
uh-oh,
You look scared.
so y'all was on the DL. That's what they
Right.
said.
Yeah.
But that goes to show you that she probably was looking
Yeah.
for
Oh,
marriage. You
right.
know what I
Friend
mean?
zone.
So that goes to answer that first question.
Yes, I
Yeah.
did turn her down because I friend zoned her. I friend zoned her. We
Oh
was
man.
we were cool. I liked it.
You're like,
Right. I don't want to
And
share.
that's different for me because I never had any female friends,
There you
like
go.
literally
Better.
in school or when I got out of school. I ain't never had a female friend.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
right now, I say I got female friends, but they all through my wife.
I guess.
Like I ain't never had a female
I feel you.
friend. Like I met her, like, oh yeah, this is my homegirl. Yeah, we
Yeah.
just gonna have burgers and fries, and
Yeah.
we just gonna we gonna go to the park and watch the
Yeah.
pigeons. And no, we ain't.
No.
I
Yeah.
never had a female friend like that.
You
If it
never
was a
had
female,
you
huh?
never had one. You never had one, or you don't believe it's possible.
Ooh.
No, I have never had one. It just every female that I've approached, it was for a specific. Because I'm thinking you cute or you sexy or you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to see how far I can go. Well, like if I'm striking out, then cool. I'm used to rejection. I mean, it's all about the numbers. You know what I'm saying. I'm 0 for 100, but I know my one coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
All right.
it's just I just never had a female friend
Right.
like I could ask my female friend about another girl. Oh no, I ain't never had that. No.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think,
Go ahead.
it may take, you're attracted, guys, we're attracted
Right.
the first time we see,
Right.
right? But then that first date, you want to know more. I get it,
Right.
Yeah.
which we know, but I think it takes for some dudes, it'll take more, a couple of more dates to really be like, I
That's
think, only because you can put up some game
I was thinking
first night.
first.
Because we're both trying to feel each other out.
Yeah.
But even in conversations,
Right.
you really see. But when you go out, I give you an example. Right, me and my wife. Right, I can't give you it all, but yeah, I think I gave it that.
Don't tell it all.
Nah. So check it. How I knew. I think I was in a relationship like maybe a year or two before, and I didn't date anybody because I was like, no, I'm chilling. But when I saw her, I was like, yo. And after, when I saw her, I was like, dang. But after being, having conversations with her, and I kind of knew, because I said the next person I date,
Right.
that's gonna be my wife, right?
Oh.
But how I knew
you said that before you even met her?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I said that. Because I'm getting older. You think about it. I ain't got no time to fool around.
Yeah.
You make sure that's when the day comes. I make sure I know. That's the one. But how I knew it. There's many stories. How I knew I was in a bad accident. There's two situations. I was in a bad accident, and she was there. We were dating. She didn't leave. The reason why is because I say that is because I couldn't walk. So how am I gonna be married to you? I can't walk.
Wow.
The doctor said I may not be able to walk anymore.
Wow.
So it's like in that situation, she seen me in my worst.
Wow.
Yeah.
On a lighter mode, on one of our dates, I can't remember if it wasn't the first one, the second one or something like that.
Right.
I forgot my wallet. Right.
Ooh.
So we in a restaurant that's a higher restaurant. Right. And so you think you got everything right,
Yeah.
I got I'm dapped up,
Right.
make sure I smell good, make sure I'm there on time to pick her up, because she does not like to be late. Right.
All right.
Okay.
Get there,
Mm-hmm.
getting ready to I think it was paying a bill.
Okay.
Getting her paying the bill. Or it might have been before, one of the two.
Okay.
And when it came up to the time to pay the bill, she was like, yo, don't worry about it. I got you.
Wow.
Mm.
So that really told me at that time, yo, this might be,
Right.
she really dope, because honestly, she could have left, be like, yo, nigga, you can get the bill yourself.
Right.
I'm getting a cab. I got my own money. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can go back there and wash some dishes, but she didn't do that. But I made sure I paid it back for all your husbands out there.
Yeah, for real. Most women would have thought you was trying to just run game or something.
Nah, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
and that makes you look bad, but that's just one of the times where it's like, yeah, she's dope. Yeah,
Wow.
that's
That's a good mark though. That's a good mark in your relationship.
Yeah.
So, bro, you dated somebody for a year and a half. Then when y'all broke up, you ain't date nobody for 2 years. Then met your wife.
Yeah, it was a good minute. It was a good minute, because I would say, you get in those bad relationships.
Right.
It wasn't. I would say you didn't know it was bad until you went and found out that I think she's talking to this other dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was kind of fed up.
Wow. Okay.
A little bit, because I didn't play no game. I was just straight.
Right.
But it's just one of those times. Let me take some time off. Let me just chill. I don't have no time for foolishness. Let me just, work on my business and stuff like that. And it just so happened I wasn't even looking for my wife, but I saw her at least 2 to 3 times.
Wow.
You saw
Face to
any
face,
wife
and spoke to her, and didn't think no. I was like, hey, how you doing?
Wow.
Nice to meet you. But it's something like that.
Wow.
So
you saw wife potential in the lady before her? You was only dating wifey material at the time.
I wouldn't even, man. Like the first question, no, I wouldn't think about no wife material. I was, you know, it was all about
having fun,
getting the girls. You know what I mean? Or
not
so much playing around, but
not being alone.
You know, I'd like, yeah.
Not being alone.
It's not like I was seeking. You know, I want to be with. Oh, I like that one. I want to see that one. No, it's not like that. Yeah. But it's just regular dude stuff. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm totally opposite of you, Mike.
It ain't like you thinking like, I wonder if, you know, your mind started to wonder, and let me see. But it's, you know, there are those times where, you know, no guy want to just be with other dudes. They want to just have something warm to hold. You know what I mean? A hand hold. So it's, you know, just to say I wouldn't look at the white material.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
that's
sweet.
That's interesting. I like to hear because, you know, we always hear, you know, about the guys waiting a long time, or, you know, the no good guys out there. But, you know, as men that have kind of like you positioned, like you're looking for the special one, but you haven't crowned her, you know, until you realize, okay, that she could be the one. It's funny when you Mike, when you was telling that story, I was thinking, you remember that movie Bronx Tale?
Oh yeah.
And
I ain't seen that in a while, but I did see it.
No, if she's a good girl, remember back in the day that, you know, both
she reach over.
She had to reach over. You know, you were a good one. If she reached over and locked your car after you let her in the door. You know?
You only get 3 good ones in life.
I know that now.
Oh, so let's see. I put that up there. Headship, right? So leading our households, you know, being the men's of our houses, walking into that position when you got married, right? How was it a challenge? Was it something that you were kind of prepared for, or did you have these crazy expectations? Was it easy? You know, like, I got full training on how to lead my household. I got a degree in headship, you know, or was it something that you kind of fumbled through, you know, and what was some of the challenges with stepping in and leading, you know, learning to lead your household?
But you know what was crazy with it though? Like, of course I wanted everybody to bow down. I got like one thing about it with being married versus dating, like when I was dating, like you can't beat me on a date. Like I'm gonna get the mood right, the moment right. Like Mike talking about the car gonna be clean, I'm gonna show up on time. I got my whole check, but it looked like I got money, but I got enough money for tonight. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm clean, everything gravy. I dominated the moments. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, don't talk to them, but if you were to talk to some of the past women in my life, they'll tell you, like the moment he came through. The hard part about marriage is heavy. Like it ain't no, I can't disguise a moment. Like you see everything. You know that was my whole check. You know I ain't got no clothes in there. You know I got to clean this up. You know you get to see the car dirty. Like it was heavy because I had to be way more consistent as a married man. You know what I'm saying? I can't just come through Friday night. They want to eat pork chops on Monday and on Tuesday and on Wednesday. So it was super heavy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I went from this Romeo Casanova buddy to, I don't know, man, Al Bundy trying to figure this thing out. Monday through Friday. And it's just, I wasn't super prepared for how consistent you got to be as a husband, as a father. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like, I mean, just in all areas, you got to keep coming through consistently. It just wasn't like, you know, well, I had a good weekend with him 3 months ago.
Not the pork chops.
For me, I don't know, man. It was I guess I had to kind of learn to bow down, but it took me a minute to, because me being the only child, and then my daddy not being around, and then my mama being, for lack of better words, not non-nurturing.
Okay.
So it was like, you know, I kind of like raised myself, and it was just me, no siblings, you know what I'm saying? So like I was totally a one-man army.
Right.
And So I had been taking care of myself since I became a teenager.
Okay.
And when we got together, being that I kind of like, I guess I had a routine, molded a manly routine
Okay.
because I've been independent. I've been on my own. I knew
Right.
I've already had houses and cars, and I mean by myself. You know what I'm saying? And so when we got together, it was like I had to, because I was on the borderline of being disrespectful.
Mm. I'm losing you. Losing you.
That thing about to
Come
get
back.
good too.
Right.
Come back, Kaleen.
Being disrespectful.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, so I was on the borderline of being disrespectful, but I had to have like deep conversations with the missus
Okay.
about what position each of us needed to play. And, you know, being that she was in the church 5 days a week and I wasn't, like I was, you know, I wasn't in the
Other
church.
places.
Let's just say I wasn't in the church. We'll leave it right there.
All
So
right.
she had an idea of what type of man, uh, what type of husband she wanted,
Okay.
and I didn't have no type of idea of what type of wife. I just knew she was a loving, nurturing to me, not only to her kids but to me, and I knew I wanted that every day, all day,
Mhm.
forever.
Yeah.
So that's what caught my eye. So I had to kind of like, not bow down, but just be aware that it ain't just me by myself no
Mm.
more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm always been by myself. Like since I was born by myself, I was raised by myself.
Right.
Everything was by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So me
Right.
having to share in everything now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got to, you want to see
It's
the
an
bank account?
adjustment.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh,
That's an adjustment.
you want that side of the bed? I
Okay.
usually sleep on that side of the bed.
Oh my
Uh,
goodness.
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So
It's an
it's like,
adjustment.
it's just an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess through that first month of marriage,
Okay.
I think that was my education period
Okay.
on what she expected of me
Wow.
to lead our household because we talked every day, all the time. So I had got a good grasp. I mean, it's still working in progress,
No doubt.
but the foundation of it was that first month.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Gentlemen, anybody else want to share?
I was gonna say it's an ever growing thing. I always say, when you're dating, there's not, they allow certain things to pass,
Right.
which we don't see. And
Honeymoon
then,
stage.
yeah, I guess so, but that was before the honeymoon. So it's
That's what it's
I
called.
this I yeah. Look, bro. All I'm saying is once you know how you're dating, you don't see, you're in love with them,
Mm.
like because you want to be around them,
Right. Right.
and you know there's certain things that you do. It's just regular. This is me. This is what I do. Just like you don't see it,
Right.
but I do believe, and I hope Tiffany ain't watching this, but
I hope.
the truth is the truth. It's like as soon as you put the ring on a finger, something changes.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
what's the problem when I was doing
just-
this
yeah,
all the
yeah.
time? You know what I mean?
Only
And so,
6 months ago. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah.
just noticed something on on the honeymoon. After that, something happened.
Something happened.
What?
Yeah.
Where am I? But I think with the headship thing, it's ever. I can only say this. I think there was a time when she was like, "Yo, I need you to step up."
Right.
And when somebody who you look at
Right.
every day,
Right.
it's harder to take that from
Yeah.
Dog,
You
Right.
talking some
Then-
real talk.
man.
Right.
Talking some real talk.
than somebody you just chill with, that you see
Right.
Right.
outside of your four walls, I guess.
The word
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
carry as much weight.
Right.
Right.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like
yeah.
it like shoots you right here. It's like,
Right.
what you mean? And I think, just from experience, sometimes we don't know. Like, we're taught certain things by behavior, what we see dad do, or
Mhm.
even like Panine said, before we were married, we know how to handle stuff for ourselves. But when it comes to on the marriage side, certain things change, and then we feel that we're standing, we're being the head in that area that we see, but there's other areas that they're like, I needed you to speak up then, but you didn't. But and I can say in my mind, I was like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal, hey.
Right.
But certain things that they see that's I would say important to them, it's not important to us. And then when they want us to be that head, in that moment, we don't see it. And that's a moment we lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we got to figure out, if it comes up again.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm on it.
You get what I'm saying? And then you're looking for it. But then again, we may miss it again because our mind is on something else.
Exactly.
But didn't I say that? Didn't I tell you that before?
Yeah. And Mike, you talking real talk. I don't know when they got to go, but I'm saying, like, I honestly, and pray for them, I live in fear of missing the moment, bro. Because like you said, you can't really get them back. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I don't want the view of me to change in my wife if I miss a moment, especially when I ain't think it was a big deal. And come to find out that was the biggest deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like that's that weight I'm talking about with marriage. Is like, girlfriend happens, she don't like it, we just break up, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But like, this she my beneficiary. So like, it's this, we gonna stick this thing out. So if I miss that moment and I let her down, you know what I'm saying, can I build back up? You know what I'm saying? Or like you might say, will you miss the moment again?
Right. And then you don't want, like, there may be a time where it's like, oh, you didn't handle it, so I'm gonna handle it. So it's like when she go talk to her girls, like, and then they talk.
Is them wives listening to that? Is
like,
they on?
I don't know, but my wife may hopefully
get them on the
Samantha,
line.
you better not have text my wife. But it's like, you don't want that, because even though it happens, but it's like, oh, you didn't take out the garbage. Something simple. I'll do it. But I was gonna take it out. Didn't I say it? But you didn't do it when I wanted you to do it.
Yeah. Come on.
So I gotta do it when you want.
That's the key right there.
Yeah.
That's the key.
I'm doing something else. I take it before 12 o'clock midnight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or before the garbage people come. But something simple like that, I think that's something simple that they want to be. You want to be the head, dude. So
yeah. Never knew garbage weighed so much. It's just some trash.
Simple.
All right. Your word is like something that is worshipped, and if you don't follow through, oh man,
timely.
In a timely manner. Now, follow through can't be sufficient. Follow through got to be when it has already been expressed. We have to say expressed at such and such a date, at such and such a time. This will happen. Best not be late. It's best be early, but if you late, it's
kind of
a done deal.
What were some of your learning experiences in your journey?
Me?
Oh,
yeah, McNair.
That
Manette don't mess up, man.
that my role is ever evolving.
Okay.
Don't get comfortable. Because in different stages in life, yesterday it was one way. Today is something totally different. You're like, well, hold up. Yesterday I got that down pat. Now you switching up on me. you know, and then tomorrow it's gonna be something different.
Right.
So you have to learn to adjust. Because we desire to please our wives.
Right.
Yeah.
I hope we do. We should have that desire
Yes,
to
indeed.
please them,
Yes, indeed.
and in that desire, when they say, "Hey, I'm changing, I'm getting older,"
Right.
and same thing with us. I believe as we get older, we also change
Right.
and do things a little bit different,
Right.
and it has to be respected. Okay, I see. Okay, baby, I got you. I'm
Right.
I'm gonna change with you, and I'm gonna try to meet, and that I can't do. It's best to have those conversations and be honest.
Right.
Hey, look, I'm working, I'm doing this, I got
Right.
church. It's a little bit taxing. Maybe not, every week. Maybe we can do something every other week or once a
Right.
month, and we can do it big.
Right.
But just being honest and trying to compromise
Right.
in doing those things, I think. But I don't. I can't sit and tell you I got it. You know,
Gotcha. Right.
I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing my thing. Don't get me wrong. I'm doing my thing. But if I was to sit there and just tell you I got it, I'd be lying because I,
Right.
I I
Right.
don't.
Right.
I'm doing my thing. God is blessing us,
Yes.
in what we're doing. And I learned to roll with the punches. I
Right.
learned to adjust, to improvise, and do what I had to do to make things work.
Right.
My wife have made demands on me, man, that were seemed like outrageous.
Mm.
And she would say it and then would just pretty much turn around and walk away. You know?
Manel, that what I'm
Make it happen.
Manel, that what I'm
Wow.
asking
Make
though.
it happen.
Do you think the wives know how demanding they are?
Mm.
Okay. I think so, but I don't think that they okay, so every year, everyone knows I'm a musician, and
Right.
every year my mom would have um a family and friend day in Florida.
Right.
Now, me and my wife been married 22 years,
Mm.
and I would say that it's rare that we would miss a year of the family and friend day because if mama call, if the whole family don't move, I'm moving.
Right. Right. Right.
I'm headed to Florida.
Right.
So this one particular year, it probably was like a month, 3 weeks prior to the actual date of the service. Mom called and said, "Hey, I know I hadn't said nothing to you before, but I want you to come um and and play and sing for this family and friend day because I'm the one because at the time she would be the one hosting,
Okay.
so she's hosting. She wanted to be a good service, and
Right.
so me and my wife are having a conversation. I'm sharing with her. Your mom called. Say,
Right.
mom said this. She wants us to come. So my wife was like, "Well, I'm not going to Florida to
Hmm.
go to church."
Oh.
Hmm.
And I'm not going unless we're going on a vacation also.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Did she
So
say yo mama?
no, she ain't say
Okay.
nothing about my mama. She just let me know
Right.
that
Right.
that that I'm not moving.
Right. I'm sure more.
If you're going by yourself.
Right. Right.
And she didn't care, because she had an idea in her head
Right.
what a vacation was.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did what a real man would do and went and got a loan. Like I said, I only had a couple of weeks, so it ain't like I had time to score up no money,
stack that money
to actually go on a good vacation. A brother had to go pull up.
Right.
What you do?
I had to go get a loan. I had to go and get a credit card. Because at the time I don't even think I had a credit card. I was just using a debit card.
Hey, McNair, don't they call that extortion in some parts of the country?
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, she
That's
put
what
it
it
on
is.
me.
That's what it is.
She put it on me. So
Manel, you
that
think
was
she see that story the same way?
Oh,
no.
Probably not.
She
Probably
didn't ask
not.
for vacation in her story.
Because now I got a bill, another bill that I didn't have.
right.
Yeah.
She didn't want to go to church.
Right.
I got a bill that I did not have, so now I got a monthly bill trying to pay off all this money that I done borrowed.
Yeah, I understand.
But we did have a good time. We did
there
have a
you
good
go.
time though.
I know y'all got some good memories from that.
She said,
Uh-oh,
I think it's the same way. That's how it went down. I think
ain't no joke.
It was a good time. So
my lady, she does see like what she puts on, when she asks, because sometimes she's like, I know you just got off work in 12 hours, I just need, like, I know that you didn't have any sleep, but I just need, like, she understands
oh my goodness.
what she's asking. She's, and she's always.
So is it really that she understands, or she just letting you know that she's acknowledging?
I think it's acknowledging but
that's that pacifier.
But to her defense,
right, passive aggression.
I feel
that's
like
a pacifier right there.
I call
stick
it
this in your mouth.
aggression.
Stick this in your mouth.
And do what I need you to
do. I'm not telling you per se. So stick this in your mouth, and once you go ahead and suck on this for a little while you listen to what I got to say.
Do what you gonna do.
Yeah, that's almost like with all due respect.
With all due respect, disrespectful.
Right. But basically, Hey, but it's all right. Every married couple got their own dynamic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. And it works like, we have our let's see what she say. Yeah. But do your wives give you the same energy? Do they come through for you? Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. When like sometimes something that seems demanding ends up being like a challenge. Like what Mike was talking earlier, it stings, but it does make you better though. Because you're not gonna hear her say you need to step up and you not step up. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just to spite her, like now I own the store now what? Like but still, it's like it's a challenge, it's a demand. You know what I'm saying? But it's just all wrapped in what marriage is. I know I get on my wife.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a part of it.
But
the last thing I hate is for my wife to give me a chewing. Because when I get that chewing, it's like, but she knows that I never make the same mistake twice. But just the fact that you got to give me this chewing to let me understand how much it means to you. When she thinking it should have meant the same, it should have meant that much to you because I'm coming to you like this. Why it don't mean as much to you as it do to me? And I hate that chewing right there, boy.
Right. I will say the toughest thing that I had to eat, going through the first part of our marriage before we got divorced, was when she told me she didn't feel like I protected her. There were situations and instances, and those, my wife, because she's very outspoken, very upfront.
Mm-hmm.
So I always left her to defend herself because, like, you got this, my bad, So I didn't step up, and be the protector like I should have been because I just always assumed she would protect herself. Does that make sense? And I had to understand that though she can, that's not what she wants to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
She's doing what she had to do.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And she was like,
I get that.
it's like almost what do I need you here for, Joker? If if I gotta fight this, and I had to come to that understanding. So that was like the biggest stab. That was like that stab twist. I was like,
Yeah.
I can say, this is something that I said and I know I shouldn't have.
oh,
Most times, hey, we brothers, we gotta tell, hey,
I love it.
this issue, right? But I don't know if you guys did the same thing. You know how you're doing something, right? If you know what you're doing, so you say, right? Have you ever said, yo, I don't need your help. I got you. I don't, why are you here? I don't need your help. I got it.
Right.
But that's just something that I recognize. You know how you say something and, you're in a flow, you're in the moment. And it's like, once you spit it out, you really can't.
Right.
It's gone. And then you try to correct it. Like, I really didn't mean it like that.
It's already out the gate.
Yeah, it's like,
It's already
like that. It's just like, I know what I'm doing. I got it, But
it's already out the gate.
It's like, I don't know if y'all made that mistake, but I just, I'm just sitting here talking.
Oh, like, no. I have made that mistake recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was already out the gate. And but I have those moments, but I recognize as soon as it happened.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but it's already gone.
Yeah.
So I gotta go through the
This is what I meant.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's not even that. I meant what I said. The problem is that I said
come out like
Right.
That's the problem. I shouldn't have. Yeah, I shouldn't have verbalized it.
Yeah.
I should have thought it in my mind and left it in my mind. Like, yeah, yeah. Now take that. In my mind.
Right.
It wasn't supposed to come out my lips.
But it's like, that's the dude side inside of us. You know what I mean? That's the man. Like, yo. And my wife be like, yo, why you gotta push your chest out? Like, why you gotta be? It ain't like that. I'm just telling you really what it is. Because it is what it is. However you want to take it, but most times, I always play, this thing. You from New York and she's from Georgia. Y'all say these things a certain kind of way.
Y'all
not really. Not really. We just talk. This is like, why are you talking so loud? I'm not talking loud. This is
I'm just
making my expression. You know what I mean? Because when my wife get hot, bro, she hot. But it's like, I think at those times, they want to help because they're wired to be that helper.
Right.
But it's like, I don't need help with that. You know what I mean? You could have helped me with something else like yesterday, but you want to help me now? In this one, I know what I'm doing. I think, I don't know about y'all, but do you ever see that help side, or have you experienced that help side when you didn't need help? And then do you receive the help? How did you handle that side of the help that they want to give?
Right.
But Mike,
that you really don't need right now.
On that, that's what they do. Like, they can't help but help. They help me. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Like the challenge for us is to direct them how I need the help. You feel me? Like not all Bible type, but I mean, when what's my girl who when they was too old to have the baby, and she gave him the I know the Bible a little bit.
In the Bible, you talking about Abraham?
When, there was and then she gave him her servant to have the baby. You know what I'm saying? So that was her trying to help.
Right.
But like, he didn't tell her exactly how I need your help. You know what I'm saying? So she went and did something because women refuse, our wives refuse to sit idle, seeing us struggle. You feel me? So they gonna do something. So for us, we just got to get out there and get ahead of them. Like, look, I know you want to help, but what I need help with right now is you to leave this alone. If you could do that, I would appreciate it. But we got to sign them. Yeah, that's that headship right there.
Wow. Right. I like when my wife wants to help, I let her help. Like, I know whatever I'm trying to get done, and I find a way for us to help. Because like it's hard to be like, no, I don't want it, because then I'm gonna need it.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
I never shut it down. Not to throw in the bow, like, whoa. But it's
She
you
gonna
know
go
I
about
never
her way.
shut it down. I just figure a way. Like if she's ready, willing to put her hands in or whatever it is I'm working on, I let her do so. Like I like this is what I'm doing. I'll show her some things, but like I never want to shut it down. Like I said, because when I need it, she's like, nah, you need to help now.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, now
yeah,
you
yeah.
gonna
Oh,
help.
they gonna bring it up.
Yeah, and that's a pet peeve of mine. I can't stand when you bring up something from now. Now, if it's in the last week or two, yeah. But if you talking about 6 months
Oh
ago, a
no,
year ago, you know what
they
I'm
keep it
saying?
on
You
file
remember
like that.
when? Yeah, I'm like that. This is not the time for that. Why we got to argue about? Why we got to have a
Yeah.
disagreement about this and last year at the same time? Why we got to do? How we gonna have two arguments at the same time
Yeah.
about one? Let's
Uh,
let's let's focus on this disagreement
yeah.
because that
Kaneen,
one happened a year ago. I'm like, uh,
Kaneen,
I can't win. I can't win both of them.
you know, you do know that some kind of way, all of it is relevant to each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's how they
that's why they
wired, I
bring it
guess.
up.
Yeah.
That's why they bring it up. But I'm
Some
like,
kind
come
of
on
way,
now.
even though we don't see it,
Yeah,
it
Yeah.
makes sense to them.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
how does that even?
Yeah.
But I just go through with it because I have to go through with both of them
It's all
because
connected.
then she'll think I'm shutting her down from the conversation,
It's all
and I don't.
connected.
Exactly. It's all connected. I'm
And
telling you.
and I can't say like I don't want to talk about that, and then she's like,
Oh
well,
no.
I do. I'm like, no. I say,
Yeah.
well,
Can't show.
that's when I bow down to the communication because we got to talk
Right.
it all the way through until
Right.
both of us are satisfied. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's like we ain't gonna just let it linger there for days on end. Let's go ahead
Yeah.
and go to battle, knock this thing out. Hey, yes, okay, we agree. Did you get something from that? I got this. What did you get from it? We
Right.
got it's like a quiz with each other. Well, what did you did you
Right.
get all that? Yeah, I got all that. So in the future, okay, yeah, okay. In the future I won't do this, you won't do that. Yeah, okay. Now give me a kiss.
High
Yeah.
five.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So Lucy said women aren't the only ones that do that because Anthony Walker's famous for that. For helping, you can kick me out. I'll leave. I'll come back later. I'm just saying, if that's what, that's what
I'm
you
out.
like when she
I'm out.
cooking, I try to help, like, hey, what you need?
Yeah.
Where you need me to
Yeah.
jump in? So 'cause I feel like just sitting on the couch chilling and waiting for food to be done. I feel like that's selfish if I ain't, So I try
And it's gonna come back up later too.
right.
Oh look who up.
Somebody
All
ready to
that.
eat.
I mean,
All right, gentlemen. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. This is a great conversation. I appreciate you guys being here. If anybody has anything that they want to share last, like something that it was on their mind, like, you know what, I want to share that real quick. Feel free to share that. Just jump in, interrupt me. And
Take your time, young man. Don't rush to get old.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
you
I
can
know
say,
that's right.
say, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. So we
Well,
appreciate.
what I would say is that
I knew it was coming. What's up?
marriage is not for the faint at heart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um, don't get caught up in emotions.
Mm.
Emotions are fickle.
Right.
Because like today I might not like my wife,
Right.
and if I get caught up in that emotion, then we won't make it
Right.
in our marriage. Same, I mean, and that goes both ways.
Right.
We're not married because we're in love.
Mm.
We're in love because we're committed to each other and because we have that relationship and we have that bond. And from that's what gave us the strong marriage that we have. It's not easy.
Right.
I don't do a lot of talking in our relationship. She does most of the talking. Um, and yeah, she like to talk it out.
Right.
And I've learned to listen, and I've learned to talk and say things also in that. Um, Yes, emotions are fickle. They are fickle. Yeah, because I tell people when it comes to emotions, sometimes you feel like a nut. Ain't that commercial? Sometimes you
Sometimes you
feel
feel
like a
like a
nut, and
nut.
Yeah,
sometimes you
sometimes, yeah,
don't.
yeah.
Hey, it's like that, you know.
Right.
So, um, it's a commitment that you have to each other, and in that commitment comes um, the emotional part that ties and glues you together. And with all that being said, because of the commitment, even when I don't like you, you're still my boo.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Even though you don't got on my nerves, I would rather you get on my nerves than anybody else in the world.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And because
But
it's you
still
that's
that,
getting on
man.
my nerves, it's all good. It's okay, and we're gonna be okay because I'm
Right.
gonna get over this little feeling that I have.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Um,
Right.
Now let's flip that.
Yes, sir.
I've also learned that because that's how I feel, I can't treat her the way I feel.
Mm.
In that instance, what I'm saying is, so if she's feeling a certain kind of way, I can't be so dismissive because I'm like, it ain't even a big deal. Well, if it's a big deal to her, I have to address it as so. Even though it's an emotional a situation that we're dealing with, I still have to address her emotions and how she feels because even if I feel that her feelings are not warranted, her feelings are still real, and that has gotten me in trouble in time past. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm like, you get upset, and there's no reason to get upset about. And
Right.
even though I'm sitting up here being logical with my thinking, her
Right.
feelings still has to be addressed
Yes.
because she's my wife and she's a woman,
Yeah.
and that's just how they are. So we have to tend to them in that particular manner. And I'm still learning. Woo, y'all pray for a brother. I'm still, you know,
Y'all,
I'm still 22 years. You hear what I'm saying? I'm still getting that part together,
Yeah.
because I do want to be what she needs me to be.
Right.
When it comes to me being her husband, I
Right.
want to be that husband. I want her to be able to say, yeah, that's my husband. He did that for me. That's who he is
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he's this, he's that, and not missing anything, as we say, on that list.
Mhm.
I'm filling in all those blanks.
Right.
And that's what my desire is. So you do that, um, being selfless. You can't do that being a selfish person. When I
Right.
got married, I was selfish,
Mm.
and still into the marriage was still selfish, but I
Right.
began to adjust.
Right.
I done came a long ways, and selfishness still sticks to me. Yeah, don't
Right.
let me lie to you now.
Right.
It's still in there. It's
Yeah.
just that I'm grown
Right.
and I can make decisions.
Right.
And because I understand what responsibility and obligation is, I
Right.
make the decisions that's gonna make the world go round.
Right.
Right.
you
Mhm.
know,
Right.
because if I make everything selfish, then I'm gonna end up not being happy. Because if she not happy, um, and she don't want to do anything to make me happy, then we got a problem.
Right. Right. Yes, indeed. Yes,
We got a
indeed.
problem. That's it. I'm good.
You good?
mm,
They drop a bomb on you. That's all.
I appreciate you. All right. If anybody else wanted to share something,
I would say, worry about creating moments because
That's good.
moments won't, dealing with COVID, you recognize
Yeah.
you can be here for a moment.
right.
No.
The next moment you ain't promised. So I'm just learning. It's like, take your hands off. When you go through stuff, go through it. Like y'all was saying, learn, but also create moments because that's what will last. The last thing your wife may see, the last thing your kids may see. The moments that you had. Smile, laugh, and learn. And just focus on those moments and learn from them. In the good moments, just go with it. Bad moments, go with it, but learn how to get through it.
Right.
And then my wife said something years ago. I don't know. We just got married or something like that. Just love on each other. You don't recognize what that really means. But loving on, that means just like how Christ loves, the church, right? And so, because Tiffany said something to me, she said, her father's not here, but I'm looking at you to see how a father and a husband really should be, because I didn't have a chance to talk to him about that.
Man.
So it's like, and when I tell you, that punched me right in my mouth.
Yeah, that's heavy.
Because it's like, you know what, you got a point.
Right.
I never, and you never think about that, because honestly, I wish he was alive, that I can really sit down and talk to him and pick his mind about the one I married.
Right.
But it's like when she said, I'm looking to you,
right,
to see how, to know how a man and a husband really need to be. In that same way, my daughters are looking at me.
Right. Right.
To really see how. But in that moment, I gotta take what she said, take it to heart, and man down and realize, I could have handled a situation better than I did, to make her, because it had to be something to make her say that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But creating those moments and just taking it and, just living life in the moment, because what happens now is not what's going to happen tomorrow, and not, like y'all was saying, not carrying, because I do it sometimes, it may take me a while to be, just to let it go, but it's like, because it may happen again, you know what I mean? But it's like, just let it go, live in the moment, and learn how to, talk it out, get through it, and just, hey,
keep it moving.
Just keep it moving, because we can do it. In my relationship, we do that. She's mad at me one time, and I think, I'm heated, but she done went on to something else, treating me like ain't nothing happened.
Right.
But that's the way, honestly, that we should be as husbands, just like Christ. He don't hold nothing against us.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we sitting here just beating ourselves up. But as the husband, we got to do the same way. Just create those moments, live in the moment, and just laugh about it. Because you were stupid that time, but you know not to do it again. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed. All right. All right, gentlemen. Appreciate you. I'm gonna bring my lovely wife back on. There you go.
Hey.
Thank you guys for sharing and coming on. It's always great to hear just a husband's point of view. I mean, sometimes it's hard to kind of tell your wife everything you're thinking, because I know sometimes y'all feel like we don't shut up, or we talk too much, or we're not going to hear what you say because it's going to come out wrong, and all those things. But it's great to have these conversations that we can listen to and kind of hear your heart, without being able to just jump in and interrupt all the time. So thank you guys for, being willing, to share, to just share with the wives and the audience. I think it takes a lot of maturity to be able to do that, to recognize where maybe I could have did better, or, maybe, I just didn't understand when she did this. It takes a lot of maturity to be able to have these conversations. So I applaud you guys, and I appreciate you guys for coming on.
Hey.
I enjoyed
it.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so we're gonna close out.
Did you
talk
about the trivia?
Oh, you know what? I was just about to talk about the trivia.
No, you wasn't.
She threw me off. I was right there. I was
trivia.
So next Monday, everybody that's watching and on here, we have our couples trivia happening. Yeah, and I hope everybody could be there. It's going to be awesome. Same time, 8 p.m. on Monday.
So by everybody, he means you guys. So next Monday, we want you to grab your wives. And we want you to come back. For those that have previously got one of our little special, you won baskets. you kind of already know how it works, but we do give out a prize to the couple that wins. We have upgraded what we use for trivia, so this one will be a lot easier and a lot fairer.
Yes.
So we hope that you guys, like I said, will grab the wives by the hand, and join us next week.
Yes.
8 o'clock.
Okay.
All right. Awesome.
I like a little competition.
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
a little bit.
All right, you guys don't go anywhere. We're gonna just shut it down real quick. All right.
Leave again.
Yeah. All right. So always know.
She said that.
Love intentionally.
Love unconditionally.
And love
on purpose.
There you go.
You know it.
There you go.
Good night.
Good night, guys.